thorough decon wash is done, paint correction's done. Now we're gonna go cut some film. We'll be doing paint protection film assault, and then we'll come in and we'll wrap everything, top everything off with the ceramic coating. Paint protection film stops all the rocks, all the stones. So there's a lot of exposed paint here. When they run into some gravel, they get off the side and some gravel gets kicked up, or they're out on one of the events with the Corvette club and they get trailed behind somebody and somebody else throws some rocks up at them. Not to worry, this paint's gonna be protected with paint protection film. And so paint protection film comes in a roll, we computer cut it, we apply some soap and water solution, and we apply it to the vehicle. We use a squeegee, you'll see how we remove the water. And then we'll mix up a bottle with some alcohol and some water, and that'll flush out the soap and help us to get the film to stick down in some of the areas. We need to cut PPF, we need to cut paint protection film for the Corvette. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go find the vehicle. So it's a 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe, the trim is Z06. Here we go, all the parts. So the first thing we'll need is we'll need the hood. We're gonna add that to a cut board here. Needs the fenders, and there's now the partial package. So if we put this down onto here, roughly speaking, being that this is a smaller frunk hood, it'd cover about half of that. Now, the downside to this is that you would see a line PPF going across the hood. Not the end of the world, but for a supercar, sports car, Corvette like this, it really makes sense just to go ahead and cover the full hood, because you know, what's to say you're not going to get a rock chip back in this area that's not covered. So for sake of comparison, we just delete that there. So that's the difference between partial versus hood. You get 2 to 3 times as much coverage out of it. Obviously the price is more for a full front end package versus the partial, but we can talk through the pros and the cons if you're making a decision on that. Look, so we're going to open the bumper up. Recommended following tack sequence, so it kind of paint by numbers. So we'll follow their sequence, and then you can see here it has the cutout for the canards, so pattern's going to land underneath the canards. The owner wants uninstall the badge, put the PPF down, and put the badge back on. So what does that mean? Well, that means we are going to hide the badge. That's going to tell the plotter not to cut the badge out. Experience tells me it's just better to pop these badges off. You won't have a seam or you won't have a line of PPF around there. Pennsylvania does not have a front license plate law, so that gets covered up. Those are the tow hooks. Hopefully you're not off on the road and need to use the tow hooks, but that's where they are. Client wants, these are the rear quarter panels, right? So there's the Z06 badge down there. Well, we also talked about that, so we'll hide the badges. But this is nice, so that's gonna be the quarter panel. It's gonna kind of dive into the air scoop there where the radiators are. Gas door. So I think we have everything adequately laid out. We could move it around a little bit. Now we just need to go over to load the paint protection film into the plotter, turn the plotter on, and we'll cut the film. Here we have 2 plotters in the shop. We're using SunTek Reaction here. Got plenty of material in stock. The nice thing about the plotter and the pattern software is that we make all these pieces, cut the patterns on demand. And so that means we schedule a job, the client comes in, we talk to them, we confirm exactly what they want for coverage so they can make changes up until the very last minute when they leave us the keys to the vehicle. Okay, so we're gonna cut right now one of the door wells, we're gonna cut the 2 fenders, cut the hood, and we're gonna cut the rocker panels. All these little things here, what we're doing is we're building quality into the process at every step. So the machine's running, it's cutting the bumper, I'm gonna start weeding. It's not what you think it is, it's not 420. It's time to remove the material we don't need, leave the material we do need, and we'll start to see these pieces take shape. Trick here is to leave the good pieces on the table and remove the scrap. So here's the hood for the Corvette. This is a underneath section for the rocker. Here will be the right-hand side rocker panel, left-hand side rocker panel, left-hand side fender right through here, and then the right-hand side fender. And then a section of the door well. So we have to do this 2 more times. I have 2 more sheets to plot out, and then we'll be ready to start installing the paint protection film. I went ahead and printed out the paint by numbers as a pejorative term. The guy who designed the pattern, who put his time and effort into making that pattern, that's the way he wants the pattern to be installed to fit best for the car. If it fits best on the car, it's gonna install the best. So if there's an issue, boom, follow directions, did it your way, we can easily diagnose what's going wrong. The decals on this Corvette Z06 make this one of one, unique vehicle. So the decals, to protect the decals, that's important to the client. So they elected to have the paint protection film put on top over the decals. So SunTek Reaction PPF, we have to put the vinyl on first and then put the PPF on top of it. In other non-coated PPFs, you could put the vinyl on top. That's just something you need to talk about with your installer. There's gonna be PPF here, which is nice because you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna grab the door, so PPF here. It makes for a higher quality install. I'm gonna jump into the driver's side next because the part should be symmetrical, so everything I just learned is fresh in my mind. Should go even faster, even easier, because I know where to tack, how to land. All right, so if you're with us this far and you're liking this video, you're liking what's going on here, let me offer you this opportunity. Take this time to subscribe, like the video. That helps us out here. Again, small shop. I'm Bill, I own the company. I'm doing this all by myself for the most part, most days in here. And we also have some full feature-length videos on a Tesla, on a couple pickup trucks. You can check those out on YouTube or check us out on our website at IMMACULATEPaintProtection.com for the full feature-length videos. Thanks for sticking along to the end. If you can hit the subscribe and like button. We have the wash kits available. We have different wash kits. Everything we showed you here today is available for sale at IMMACULATEPaintProtection.com. Follow our process. You're going to wind up with a tool set that's nicer than most professional detailers out there. We also have some full feature-length videos on a Tesla, on a couple pickup trucks. You can check those out on YouTube or check us out on our website at IMMACULATEPaintProtection.com for the full feature-length videos.